and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys. And of course, we are right here after yet another Barca win. We remain undefeated in 2025, and of course today we're going to be talking a lot more about our victory over Atletico Madrid and Barca now reaching the Copa del Rey final. And also, of course, aside from all of the match action, we've also got the big topic of La Liga. You know, they just can't resist sticking their noses in where it's not wanted. And we're going to be talking today all about Javier Tebas and their latest statement, along with Joan Laporta's response, guys. It is all on the way, so come on and let's do this. However though, guys, let's go back to last night, because let me make it clear, absolutely nothing is going to ruin our mood right now. We are on top of the world. We are in absolute jubilant mood, and the reason for that is because we have an outstanding team. I mean, this Barca team right now, it's absolutely relentless. It is unstoppable in its current form. And I have to say, this win against Atleti, it just adds to it. It adds to the whole feeling around the squad. Every single win that we're stringing together right now, the belief is growing, the confidence is growing, as if it hasn't already, and the momentum, it is absolutely huge. And what you feel now within this group, you look at the players, you look at the body language. Before the game yesterday, we spoke about having no fear, and then when the game started yesterday, and we were in the heat of the battle there against Atleti, their crowd were unbelievably loud, you know, it was a vicious atmosphere. You look around at the players' faces, they're smiling. You've got Lamine Yamal, a teenager, do not forget. He's got a smile on his face. And he was also the player who was being kicked here, there, and everywhere. You know, he ended the game there with blood seeping from his ankle. And it was absolutely extraordinary to see some of these tackles, by the way, from Atletico Madrid that went seemingly unpunished. And this, again, is against a team like Barca, who I thought got all the decisions. I thought we were all good with the referees. Apparently not. You know, it doesn't seem to go like that every game. But even so, Yamal kicked, pushed, pulled. He does not care. He is playing with a smile. They are all enjoying their football right now. And Pedri came out after the game, and it was absolutely incredible, the quote that he gave. And he said, "I've never, ever enjoyed playing this much." He said, every game, every minute that I'm out there, I love it. He said, "I am in the best form of my career." And that goes for absolutely every Barca player right now. They're on fire, because you look at the squad, you go player by player, you look at the players there who have improved. You know, players who have gone to different levels this season. I think you've only got to look there at Ferran Torres. You know, the improvement in him has been enormous. It has been absolutely incredible to see. And I think then you go behind the scenes, you know, you get the win last night, the win that it was, and then you go into the dressing room. Look at that bond. Look at the feeling here between the players. Everybody is united at this club. Everybody is together on the field, off the field. And these are all the values that when Flick came in pre-season, he said, right, this is my team, this is my group, and we are going to work in my way. This is the result. Game by game, we're moving closer to achieving absolutely everything. And what impressed me most, guys, about last night's win, it's another one of those whereby it's a different type of win. You know, if we were going through game week by game week here, just winning 4-0 every time against teams who you'd expect Barca to beat, you'd say, well, at some point, you're going to encounter a different challenge, whether it be in Europe, whether it be a different kind of team. You're going to have to win in a different way. Barca are proving now they can win in every way. They can win playing different types of football. You know, yesterday's game, it wasn't goals galore. It wasn't an easy match there in terms of the way we had to manage it. But whatever comes our way, we get through it every single time. But I do want to come on here, guys, to talk about one of those players who has also been very much transformed this season. We are under no illusions here about how good Raphinha has been. By far and away, one of our best players of the season. His performances, individually and collectively, what he does for the team, it's incredible. But can I just say here, it was a tricky game for him yesterday, and I want to move a little bit further into that, because I thought it was interesting to hear that in the build-up to this game, Flick was telling the players there, let's win for Raphinha. You know, Flick didn't really like the way that Raphinha looked on his return from international duty there. He thought that he was struggling a little bit, not only physically, but also mentally there after quite a taxing international break. And I just thought out on the field yesterday, that's kind of what it looked like. You know, it was Raphinha's first game back, and I think after everything that went on whilst he was away with Brazil, of course, the very, very intense occasion against Argentina, where, let's be honest, Raphinha, he probably said a bit too much, you know, a little bit too much talking, went a little bit too far, and I thought yesterday he was just eager then to prove his point, you know, eager maybe to do a little bit too much, overthinking things, and you don't want any of that to start clouding your judgment. You know, we know how good he's been, we know how good his decision-making has been this season, and I think now it's important that he just draws a line under all of that. We saw him after the game yesterday actually swapping shirts with Rodrigo de Paul, of course, an Argentinian midfielder, and I just hope now he can leave that international break behind him. You know, what went on with Brazil against Argentina, it's nothing to do with what he's doing here. It's nothing to do with who he is as a Barca player. We know how good he is. We know how good he has been. And he has nothing to prove to us. He doesn't have to overplay. Simply, just be yourself. But indeed, guys, I would like to move on here to something that we saw from La Liga yesterday. Now, it was convenient, very, very convenient, that right before the game last night, they released a statement there, basically saying that Barca's 100 million VIP seat deal, remember that, you know, a few weeks ago now, a few months ago it's been, the big VIP seat deal, which was crucial for trying to get back to the 1-for-1 rule in La Liga. La Liga have said, look, that has not been accounted for in the club's latest financial accounts. It's not there. The VIP seats deal, it doesn't really exist right now, and therefore, Barca are still exceeding FFP. They are not in the 1-for-1 ruling, and they still maintain that Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, they should be deregistered right now. So La Liga thought it was very, very important that they shared all of that with the world right before our game against Atleti. That did lead to a bit of panic there in the media and also, of course, in the Barcelona fan base. And at the club, though, it was a very different story. Because let's get one thing very, very clear here. La Liga do not have the power to simply deregister Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. That decision only remains with the courts, of course. Do not forget, we went through the courts. They granted a temporary license there for Pau Victor and Dani Olmo. And the incredible thing about all of this is, and the timing is spectacular, today, it's announced there that the licenses to register Olmo and Pau Victor, they will now run until the end of the season. They will indeed continue to be registered. The courts have decided that, and yet La Liga are over here. They are still crying. And then the second thing, the really important thing to note in all of this here, and thinking about that statement from La Liga, is that VIP seats deal, Barca as a club here, they have not inserted it into their latest accounts on purpose. You know, they do not feel right now that all of that has gone through, that all of that has taken effect. Of course, they're not even moved in yet to the new stadium, and they have purposefully not included that yet. So it's not as though here the money is missing, La Liga sort of making out here like everything is very, very suspicious. Barca have simply not put that in there on purpose. And Joan Laporta yesterday, he was fuming by what La Liga did with their statement. He said the recent statement from La Liga, it's an attempt to destabilize Barcelona. He said, we are playing a key match tonight against Atleti, and La Liga, he communicating this morning, it's very strange. He said they can't beat us on the pitch, so they are acting off it. Trust me, my response to La Liga and Tebas will be very strong, because as the president, I simply cannot allow this. So Laporta, he feels confidence, the club feel confidence in what they're doing, they feel confident there over Olmo, over Pau Victor, about the FFP situation, they believe that everything remains in hand, and Laporta, he is working on that response because he was very unhappy about the timing of what we saw from La Liga, what came out, what emerged, and it's nothing we haven't seen before. You know, let's be honest here, guys. La Liga, yeah, they could have picked any other moment. It was right on the verge of a crucial semi-final, and as always, when Barca are doing well, when Barca are winning games, when Barca are on a real streak here, when everything is available to us, suddenly then, you know, things start coming out about La Liga, about fair play. Probably only round the corner is more reports, more random reporting on Negreira. I mean, you know it's coming. They probably got all this stuff backed up somewhere to just release at the very opportune moment. It's ridiculous here. But I think we all have news for La Liga. I think we all have news for Javier Tebas. We will not be destabilised. This team is stronger than you can ever imagine. And that's what we're seeing on the pitch every match day. That is what will drive us forward for the remainder of this season. No matter what you do, no matter what you try and put in our way, you cannot stop us now. So please, guys, let me know your take on this. Let me know your feeling right now. What is going on away from the field? But more importantly than that, much more importantly than that, what is going on the field? We are here, and we are a force. I will see all of you soon. We will be talking more, and the next game is only just around the corner. Thank you indeed here for tuning in and for all of your great support. But until next time, as always, Vesca, El Barça.